Namaste and welcome to Round Glass. I'm Lama Yeshe Rabgye and I'm really happy to be here with you today. So, thank you so much for joining me in this session called Finding Moments of Hope, which is part of my series of practicing self love. So, the goal of today's session, the focus that I want you to have for today's session is one of finding hope in the day. I don't think we stop long enough throughout the day just to think of hope. And it is hope that is going to motivate us and inspire us. So if you want to be inspired, if you want to feel motivated, then this practice is good for you. So I'd like to invite you to please share some examples of hope in your life on the chat window. So many years ago, when before I became a monk, I always wanted to become a monk, but everybody was telling me Western people can't be monks and you must stay in the West and work. And I lost hope. I really felt that I was just on a treadmill and I was just going nowhere with my life. And all of a sudden, some big thing happened in my life, and I just thought, no, I've got to do this. And just by thinking that and focusing on that, it gave me hope. It gave me hope for the future. It helped me to drive forward and to come to India and become a monk. So hope is such a wonderful thing. So this practice comes from the type of meditation practices like gratitude and those type of practices. And it's redone, but it's an ancient Buddhist practice, but I've made it a little bit more modern. So I want to thank everyone for sharing examples of hope in the chat. So this is what's given you hope: dreams, forests, long stretches of beach, new babies, new friends, blue sky, calming waves. Wow. So there's a lot there that can give you hope. So in this session, we're going to look at different moments, moments where we can find hope in the day. So I want you to just settle down a moment. So just wherever you are now, take one or two deep breaths in and out and just allow yourself to really settle down. And if you have any questions during this session, just write them in the chat and I'll have an opportunity to get round to answer them at the end of the session. So now, if you're ready, we can start the session. So sit nice and comfortable. If you're sitting in a chair, just make sure it's a comfortable chair and there's no arms. An armchair will make you like that and it becomes quite uncomfortable. So just sit nice and comfortable in the chair. Put your hands wherever they're going to be the most comfortable for you. Put your feet flat on the ground and a little bit apart just to keep you nice and stable. And your back straight. Once you put it straight, then drop those shoulders. When you drop the shoulders, you feel yourself go. If you are sitting on the floor, then again, put your back straight and drop the shoulders so you sink down. So now just lightly start to close your eyes. And to begin with, I want to gently bring you into the present moment. So I want you to think of one thing you're grateful for right at this moment. So, what one thing are you grateful for right now? Just think about that a moment. And by thinking about this one grateful thing, you're bringing yourself gently into the present moment. So now I want you to check in with your mind. Is your mind nice and stable? Is it a little agitated? Don't try to change anything here. I just want you to become aware of what your mind is doing, what your mindset is at the moment. And now I want you to check in with your emotions. How are you feeling at the moment? Again, just become aware of those emotions. Don't try to change them or judge them in any way. And now I want you to slowly scan down your body, starting from the top of your head and just gently scanning down, right down to the tips of your toes. And what I want you to look for is any stress or any tension that you're holding in your body. If you find any tension or stress, then on the out breath, I want you to imagine you're breathing that tension and stress out. And then soften and relax the area. And then continue with your scan. So slowly scan down your body right the way to the end of your toes. And now let's begin the meditation. So I want you to focus your awareness on your breath and just become aware that you're breathing in and you're breathing out. Don't change your breathing here. Just allow it to find its own natural rhythm. And remember, when your mind starts to wander, just very gently bring it back and start focusing on your breath flowing in and flowing out. So we're going to do this for the next 2 minutes. And as you're breathing out, I want you to just relax. So on each out breath, just gently start to soften those shoulders. Let them drop. Feel yourself sinking down into your chair. So continue to watch your breath flowing in and flowing out. Our minds tend to feel despair and hopelessness at points in our life. And by actively seeking out moments of hope, we can encourage the mind to change that tendency. What you put your attention on grows. So if you look for pleasant experiences, that's exactly what you're going to find. So I want you to try to bring awareness to the hopeful moments of your day. So let's start with the intention of finding hopeful things today. Big or small, it doesn't matter. But just set an intention now that today I'm going to find those moments of hope. So bring to mind something that made you feel hope and optimism and positivity today. If it's early in the morning for you, then just look back over yesterday and try to find moments of hope there. So when you notice anything that makes you feel hopeful, whether it's thinking of your favorite place or a person or even an experience, try to stay in tune with that feeling of hope for a moment and just sit with that feeling. If you're having trouble finding these moments of hope today, just think over the past few days. Even if you have to go further back into the past, just try to find one hopeful moment. So, this hopeful moment could be as simple as something somebody said to you, or a small gesture, or something that moved you. And when you've got this moment of hope, I want you to notice the feelings that surround that hope and just sit with those feelings for a moment. You may be feeling calm, or a warm feeling, or happiness. Whatever this hope is making you feel, just sit with that a moment. So now I want you to bring to mind a person in your life who inspires you, encourages you, and somebody who makes you feel positive and optimistic. Someone who easily evokes feelings of hope and kindness. So bring that person into the front of your mind. And now you have this person in your mind. We're going to imagine them sitting in front of us and sending us wishes of hope and well-being. So I want you to imagine this person sitting in front of you now, and this person is saying these things directly to you. May you be hopeful. May you be happy. May you experience inner peace. May you be free from all types of suffering. May you find hope. Just sit there a moment and allow these wishes to wash over you. Allow these feelings of hope and kindness to grow in you, knowing that there's nothing you have to do to deserve these feelings. They're given freely, without any condition. Let's just sit with these feelings for a moment. So now I want you to imagine that you're standing in front of a mirror, looking at yourself. And I want you to silently say these phrases to yourself. And after each phrase, just take a moment to really engage with the words. So say to yourself, may I be hopeful. And just think about what it means to you to be hopeful. And now silently say to yourself, may I be happy. And when you say these words, really mean them. And what does it mean to you to be happy? Now say to yourself, may I experience inner peace. And just think about the meaning of those words a moment. Now silently say to yourself, may I be free from all kinds of suffering. Think about how it would make you feel if you were free from all of your suffering. And now finally, silently say to yourself, may I find moments of hope today. And just imagine how you would feel when you find these moments of hope. When we have hope, we have a future. When we have hope, we have inspiration, we have motivation, we have optimism and positivity. Hope is what will drive us forward. Hope will get us through the day. So throughout the day, just keep stopping and trying to find those moments of hope. And remember, they don't have to be grand moments of hope. They can be just little moments. But those little moments are going to drive you forward and make you optimistic and positive. So before we finish the meditation, I want you to look back. How did you do? Did you manage to find moments of hope? How did that make you feel? How did you feel when the person you care about, person who inspired you, was giving you wishes of hope and wellness? And how did you feel when you were telling yourself, talking to yourself, and wishing yourself to have hope? How did that make you feel? So let hope be your inspiration today. So now just very, very slowly start to open your eyes and just sit there a moment, just gently bringing yourself back into your room. If you have any questions, then please just type them in the chat box and I'll answer them now for you. So, actually, we have the first question. So, it says, I feel calm and hopeful now. Thank you. But how can I find this feeling quickly when I'm stuck in traffic or facing a deadline at work? You know, that is exactly the time we should be doing this practice. We can all do great practices when the mind is calm and when we're nice and peaceful and relaxed. Of course, we can definitely be hopeful then. But it takes a lot for us, and it's more important to look at this hope when we are stuck in a traffic jam or when we are under pressure from work. It's at those moments we really need to think about hope. There's always something that we can look forward to. That is what hope is. It's looking forward to. So even though you're in a traffic jam, maybe you're looking forward to the road clearing up and you getting home and meeting your family or playing with your children. That is hope. So don't just look at moments of hope when your mind is calm. Look at it when the mind is agitated, because that's when you're going to get a real benefit from that. Another question is, when trying to imagine a person who inspires me during the practice, the face of someone I'm in conflict with came up, showed up instead. Is there a way to stop this person's face from interrupting my meditation? Okay, so you obviously got an issue with this person. This is a side thing. But, when we have an issue and we don't face it and we don't deal with it, it's going to keep coming back again and again and again. So if somebody you've got an issue with came up in your mind, then deal with that, because these are two separate things here. Because your mind isn't calm, because your mind is focusing on this person who's upset you, and you're not doing anything about it, then that person is always going to keep popping into your mind. So deal with it. It's like thoughts and emotions. If we leave them, they're just going to grow stronger. So why that person came into your mind is because you've got unresolved issues. So resolve those issues and that problem won't happen again. Somebody else said, I lost a dear friend last night. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. I found out she had passed via text. It was sudden and unexpected. It is okay to do this meditation over and over today. Yeah, you know that I am sorry to hear that you lost a friend like that, and maybe getting a text message is not a great way of, hearing about that news. But we still have to carry on with our life. We still have to move forward with our lives. So, you know, keep looking for those moments of hope and keep thinking not that your friend is no longer here, but now think about the good times that you had with your friend. Think about, the blessings that that friend was a part of your life, even though they're not now, they were. So don't focus on the sadness now. Look back over the fun times you had together, remember the good times, and just think about the blessings of having that person in your life. That's going to give you hope for the future as well. So I would say keep doing this practice, even though you're sad. Even when we're sad, there are going to be moments of hope. So please keep, all of you, keep stopping throughout the day and thinking about those little moments that are going to inspire you, motivate you, and drive you forward. So, thank you so much for sharing this time with me. And please continue to explore meditation with us. Check out our daily life meditations at Round.Glass or on our app, Round Glass app. So I'll be back next Friday for another live session. So thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.